Hello, good morning to everyone. So let's have our daily briefing for today. So just a quick market recap on yesterday's data. The first things we have the retail sales for New Zealand, second quarter, or quarterly base for the second quarter. So the previous data was 2.8% and forecasted at 2%. And for the actual data, it beats the market forecast at 3.3%. So let's take a look on the chart for the New Zealand dollar yesterday after the release. So as you can see here, there's no significant move right after the release right here. But however, the Kiwi dollar recovers from its daily lows and the price goes up to 0.6950 level during the whole session yesterday. But as of this moment, from 0.6950, the price retreated below the 69.30 level. And the next things we have the GDP for Germany, quarterly basis for the second quarter. So the previous and forecasted still at 1.5%. And for the actual data, it was 1.6%. And also we have GDP yearly basis for Germany as well. So the previous and forecasted still the same at 9.2%. And it beats the market forecast at 9.4%. And also we have new home sales for US monthly basis for July. So the previous data is 0.701 million and forecasted at 0.7. And for the actual data, it beats the market forecast as well at 0.708 million. So right here, it created a neutral effect on the euro dollar, especially since both data for Germany and the US is better comparing on the forecast. And for today's economic data, so earlier today we have the weekly crude oil stock. So the previous data was negative 1.163 million. And for the actual data, it was negative 1.622 million. So for the API data, did not create any significant move, but the price of oil still remains at 67 per barrel. And for the Asian session, the trade balance for New Zealand, monthly basis for July. So the previous data is 245 million New Zealand dollar. And the actual data is negative 402 million. So the Kiwi dollar, as you can see here, during the Asian session, the price of the Kiwi dollar had a slight slip on the downside after the release. So it's like 30 pips from here. And during the Asian session, the current price 0.6941. But for the European session, we have to focus on the business expectations for Germany for the month of August, later at 4 p.m. And during the US session, we have durable goods order for the month of July, 8:30 p.m. And also we have the weekly crude oil stocks change, later at 10:30 p.m. And for our key product for today, we have the euro against the US dollar. So on the 1 hour chart, the current price is 1.1737.5, but obviously for 2 consecutive sessions, the euro dollar is on the bullish momentum due to the increasing Delta variant cases in the US. But however, there's a possibility that the upside momentum will be limited due to the Jackson Hole conference by Jerome Powell for this week. So we have to pay attention to that speech note. But for today's support, we can look for 1.1730 and 1.1710, and for resistance 1.1770 and 1785. But personal opinion, I'm still on the bearish bias with this one, especially if the price breaks below the 1730 and it may go towards to 17 and 10. But the 1.18 territory is still possible if the data for, or majority of the data for this week for the Eurozone is on the positive side. So 1.18 is still possible, but again, personal opinion, I'm still bearish on this month of for the euro dollar. Or if the data for if the speech for Jerome Powell created a positive impact on the US dollar, so the 1.16 it may test for the euro dollar for this week around here, 1.16 level. So again, for the European session, there's nothing much, but we have business expectations for Germany and durable goods and weekly crude oil stock exchange for the US dollar.